Okay, so we are playing on a version of the mod which there has been a slight oversight, and I did just have to check the changelog. All of the UNSC leaders have had their leader powers changed slightly. It doesn't actually show up on here, unless I'm a fucking absolute retard. It should. Yeah. So I will look at those in a second. So I didn't really read any of it, but the okay. So what have we lost? I don't think we've lost anything. No. It's just disruption bomb has been moved from here. This one was always empty because that's, isn't it Cutter or something like that that uses that slot?
Supply pad complete. Turret complete.
But yeah, so we get 3 Mantis, 6 free ODS. Well, free. You know what I mean. And then seems like a fire carpet bomb, and that just sounds I don't want to say broken, but strong, shall we say. So we are playing on the Flood Survival.
Supply pad complete.
I probably should have put, sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. Need to go and fix that afterwards. Bit of seaweed has got stuck in the wave maker. Yeah, I should have done like a 3v3.
Barracks complete.
Is that the right play? I don't know, but we're gonna go with it anyway. Yeah, I should have done a 3v3 and put everyone as like random UNSC leaders, like one of each, and then you know just the other two as whatever. Probably would have let us seen more of these things, but if we don't see them all, like this game specifically, then you know it doesn't really matter. They're not going to disappear at all. There has been a few other changes. I believe like I didn't really read the changelog. I just like looked at it and went, oh yeah, so all the UNSC leads have had like big things added to them. I didn't know if the Covenant ones were going to get any changes. We should be fine, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, I didn't know if the Covenant ones were going to get any changes because I am fully aware that almost every single video that I have recorded on this mod in particular is playing as the UNSC. I am aware of that.
Reactor complete.
So we don't get anything for 2, no. Sorry, for 1. Tech level. I don't know why I put that there. I'm just used to playing this map and things coming from here rather than from here. At least in the early game.
Supply pad upgraded.
But yeah, you know, obviously we're not going to see any of the 3 original leaders. We're not going to see anything that they do. But
Supply pad upgraded.
you know, it's going to stay like this. It's not going to go anywhere, so we'll get around to it eventually. Another thing that I did read, there was a couple of like actual changes, and one of them, oh sorry, a bug fix it would be, but these guys now actually, apparently they didn't benefit from it was either like adrenaline or reinforcement. Sorry, not adrenaline or reinforcement. What the fuck's it called? Replenish? No. The one where it makes everything train quicker. These now actually benefit from that, which apparently they didn't before. And another thing was apparently the Phaetons, which I've been saying are really strong. I have been mostly saying that they're really strong in this specific game mode, but they have been slightly nerfed with a population change, and also they've had like visual issues have been fixed with them. I just kind of want that. Is the thing. I just want to like get that straight away, because that
Turret complete.
just seems like it makes the rest of the game easier for us. I will also double flame mortar. If we need to, we do have anti-air units. It kind of feels a bit strange to be, you know, on wave 3 and we don't have like maxed out supplies already, just because have been playing on plateau for the last several videos, really.
Napalm adherent research.
I think, do we just save up? When do these snipers can hit flood swarms, right? I think they're fairly decent at it, especially when you've got... Are these all 3-star? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're pretty decent at it. Yeah, so it seems that just once again there's just been some like general bug fixes and shit like that, which, you know, always nice to see. Should be fine. Really don't want one of these guys to die. Yeah, okay.
Reactor improved.
Just gonna save up for that. And yeah, so it turns out the post office in this country is fucking retarded, to say the least. They are either completely fucking brain dead or just like a literal scam. So we just get that. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to notice a difference, to be honest. Especially if we get we're not getting that before the next wave, so I'll just try a couple more guys. Yeah, I want to send a parcel, and online it says 30 quid. I go into the post office and they tell me that it will be 130 quid because the post office doesn't offer Royal Mail services in store. Royal Mail being the main... Actually, that is kind of noticeable, I think. Yeah, Royal Mail is like the big one. You know, that is like the England Postal Service. Apparently they don't offer those services in store. You know, I thought, oh, you know, I'll save myself having to fuck around with a printer, which I don't have. You know, I'll just buy this thing that's advertised online. I'll just go into store and buy it and fill it out in the store and do all that shit. Apparently I can't do that because those services don't exist in physical locations. I think
Grenadier research.
we just LARP. We just pretend that we're playing They Are Billions and spam snipers. We could obviously upgrade the other ones, the other ODST units, but I think I would rather have a bigger constant stream of these guys than sink the time into upgrading this. I would rather have these, send them out to attack this base, and get that done first. I will just heal, you know, especially some of the 3-star ones that are, or were at least, a bit damaged. Yeah, I would rather have a big ball of snipers and throw them at the enemy base. Because like that's all these guys are going to be anyway. I'm not sure if these guys have reduced damage against buildings though. Though reduced damage against buildings when you have
All units.
very good damage anyway, they're
All units.
I think that, oh, that is one thing that's been changed. I knew there was something else. We no longer have a
Local units.
like a global rally point button that I could just use to be lazy. So how is that gap damage going to be against buildings? Actually seemingly fairly incredibly shit. Come on, someone get vision on the other fucking turret, please. I mean, we're not... Okay. I was expecting that to be a bit less concentrated. I can't really do that, can I? Oh, yes, I can. I'm going to tank the tentacle damage, just allow it to happen. We could grab a mantis. I think I might just let them do their stuff. Stick you over here. Once again, this is the heavily nerfed mantis. And I think buildings maybe have had their health increased or something. Or like, am I just imagining it? Because this seems not how it always felt. I will get a couple Spartans and just have them along for the ride. When we get some mantises going, like airdropped in, we might as well stick a Spartan in them because there's no reason not to. There is like literally no point in you doing that. Right, you just have a fucking death wish apparently. I think it's because these count technically as turrets. Right. I did try and tell you to go here so you'd walk around the top side where it's much less dangerous. Where has that Spartan gone? There.
Local units.
I'm gonna tell these guys to come over here. Just in case any... I don't think I issued an attack order on the actual base, but just to reset any attack priority that they might already have, because obviously this is actually not really much of an issue at all, and I'm not feeling very threatened. I mean, we might as well just grab another mantis. It is more expensive, but you know, not having to sacrifice stuff from here is worth the extra expense, I'd say. Once you have a base, and once you actually have a vehicle depot, I don't think it would be worth it at all. Right, and those guys are bugged out. Hopefully they're not going to cause any issues. Oh, there's another guy here that's bugged out, but...
Power turret research.
I mean, I want to focus on this first. Like, it's good, but do I want to save up for anything maybe more important? And I think the answer is maybe, but I can hold off for the current moment. So I think the next wave is going to come from here. Sorry, hold on.
Firebase ready.
Ow! Oh yeah, as I was saying, I went to see my grandma, and I thought I'd take a parcel in to the post office to get it sent off.
Station upgrade complete.
You know, because it's like, oh, the post office is on the way to see my grandma, and yeah, they told me that it would be 100 extra quid than what I was thinking, which I'm not paying that. And so it's like, okay, well, they do seem to be. There's definitely an issue with them, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. Yeah, so I had to carry this parcel all the way to my grandma's, which is, when you factor in, you know, me getting lost, about 6 miles, 7 miles, which a 4 kilo parcel reserves is the one apparently now affects the ODST units, which it did before. Yeah, 4 kilos is not a lot when you start out. Once you've been going for, you know, 6 miles, it starts to feel a lot more, and when you have to carry it all the fucking way back, and you're on, you know, mile 12 of the day, it definitely does feel quite heavy. So I am rather fucking sore, and I still haven't got my parcel sent off. I'm gonna have to go through online and do it, but I just don't understand why the post office doesn't offer Royal Mail services. It offers fucking every. Do you know how shit their reputation is? People hear that their parcel's being dispatched by every, or like, not dispatched, but like, you know, that every is their courier, and they're just like already reserved to the fact that it's going to get fucking lost or damaged. Because that's just like the reputation that fucking company has. They offer that at, you know, what, 4 times the price, but they don't offer Royal Mail for some reason.
Local units.
Would really like.
Reactor improved.
I would really like the thing. So we can't use these all. Okay.
Supply pad complete. Local units.
I'm on it.
These guys should be able to take out a base.
On the move.
I'm not going to tell them to attack anything in particular. Oh, isn't this the map?
Enemy
Isn't there
engagement.
an extra flood launcher there and one up here or something? I have...
On the way.
Oh, and that's like a base game one.
Supply pad complete.
That's like kind of really bad for us. I'm going to tell these guys to pull back. And I'm going to spend some of my money. Shit. That was my fault. I will admit. But at the same time, Jesus fuck.
Carpet bomb improved.
So the base game spore launchers launch spore clouds, which are quite strong. They do just kind of spawn a, you know, it spawns like a unit that just is completely invulnerable. I think that was worth it. Yeah, spore cloud completely invulnerable, and you just like it just like on contact infects things, and that wiped out half of our army by doing it. Not even half. That was just more than half. Let's be honest. I will just be a bit finicky with this. I kind of wish that now we've got the ODST upgrade, that this slot would just, you know what I mean, just become the all unit. The global rally point thing. These guys are still just here. They're still just hanging out. They don't actually count as flood units for some reason. I forget why. I think it happens in the base game as well. I think it's just like one of those bugs that
Supply pad upgraded.
just fucking happens sometimes. I'm gonna upgrade the Mantis because they're cheaper, I think, and they're weaker, but like faster, I think, is the payoff. I just don't think, maybe this is better as a Tech 3, you know, maybe this is an in-between between Tech 3 and Tech 4 Wolverines. Like, this is better than a base Wolverine, but worse than one with dual launchers. Maybe, I don't really know. It kind of seemed a bit unimpressive when we tried it, is the issue. And I'm like, now that I've lost far too many snipers, I am feeling a bit less invincible.
Focusing lens research.
Yeah, energy shield is definitely worth it, even though the energy shield has been heavily nerfed, as well as everything else about the Mantis. Energy shield nerf, it had a damage nerf, it had a health nerf. I was going to say it might have had a cost increase, but no, that seems to be the same. Oh, it had a targeting nerf as well. Or did it? It might have had like a weapon reclassification, which made it basically is worse against air units than it used to be.
Improved.
Where to? Roger. Moving.
I mean, I still think. I know I joke about saying, "Oh, you know, let's LARP as, you know, and just pretend that we're playing They Are Billions," but Sniper balling works for the same reasons, specifically in this game mode. Sniper balling works for the exact same reasons in this game mode as what it does in They Are Billions. Which I wish I enjoyed that game as much as Halo Wars.
Heavy shield researched.
Such a good game and such a fucking shit campaign.
ODST on site.
And shitty devs as well.
ODST dropping in.
You know, that's like one of the things about just games, like PC games in general. If something's shit, there's gonna be people around to fix it, right? Look at fucking Skyrim. You know, all of the bugs and all of the issues with it. And basically every other Bethesda game, let's be honest. But people come and they fix every issue with those games. And then you get They Are Billions, which need to skip on for half of the campaign missions. Because, playing a sort of early 2000s, I don't even know what the genre is called, but like a find, you know what I mean, hidden object game, whatever you want to call it. Playing one of those in my zombie wave survival tower defense game is a bit jarring. And the end mission is just fucking unfun.
All units.
It's so long for no reason,
Research.
and it's just like,
Repair kit.
it's just not a fun game to play. And the thing is, the devs have like straight up said, you know, we will go full Nintendo, do not modify our game at all. And it's like, you know, I get it.
All units.
No, I just don't.
Research.
I don't understand why anyone would oppose mods.
Adrenaline research.
You know, I could sort of sympathize if you were still like in active development, but the game has been abandoned for years at this point. So they're just kind of like, oh yeah, this game's horribly broken and just unfun to play at the moment.
I'm on it.
We're not gonna let you fix it with mods or anything.
Give us an order.
All units.
We're going.
And you just have to deal with it.
Good as dead.
Local units.
No problem. I got him.
All units.
I don't think we really need anything.
All units.
You got it.
I want to bring everyone over here, just to deal with the wave. They say the flood routes. I think it's because they're stuck on, like, quote unquote small turret. I don't know. It's been a while. It hasn't been a while. I just have a fucking shit memory. But I can't remember what the actual equivalent of this is. And so, did we?
All units.
The one thing we lost was the warhog. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it makes sense, but
Mega barrage.
yeah, I think because the flood routes
Arm.
on this game mode, they're stuck on the equivalent of small turret, I think is why they're kind of shit. I don't think it's an innate issue to flood routes or anything. So, does it come from here or does it come from here is the issue.
All units.
To that extent,
Suits me.
um,
Give us an order.
this guy is on, keep saying that this is just forever half efficiency. I will come and grab super repair.
Gauss cannon. Research.
On the way. Regeneration healing target.
Yeah, I just wanted to leave him here so I could do that. But because we're already here, we're gonna take out the wave. Oh, we're already half an hour in. Okay, fair enough.
All units.
Yeah, we should be able to take out the wave here, rather than allow it to split, which would cause us to have to split, which, if there's a Floodwalker, which I admittedly didn't know we were going to be facing, it would,
Firebase.
if it took out half of this army, then that would be, quite noticeable. Whereas because everything was grouped up, it was able to deal with it pretty quickly, plus also it got bugged on the terrain, so that also helps.
Station upgrade.
We have so far lost one unit that isn't a Warthog. Genuinely, if we didn't have to deal with the vanilla flood launcher,
All units.
I'm there.
this would be single digit losses throughout the entire game, you know what I mean? Throughout this entire game, we will be looking at single digit losses.
Victorious.
And our team is victorious because this base never built. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't. That is two separate squads, isn't it? Yes. I was gonna say, how the fuck has he got 6 veterancy? I don't know why that happened. The squad's built and lost. Okay. I don't remember losing that many units. I thought we were gonna be I was expecting about 30. Oh, I guess because we used the commando thing. I still don't, even when you factor that in, okay, 40, 50, I don't know how we lost 90. We did still kill 6 times. 6 times what we lost, we killed, which is unfair because everything is ODST Marines. I think that's I think because that's a base, the first unit that they coded or whatever. That's just what it defaults to when it doesn't know how to put that in. But a lot of those are going to be infection forms. I would be willing to bet that the 93 and probably also one of these in the 30s or 40s, just because the bomber form infection forms, I believe, are technically a separate unit. Otherwise, the bomber form would push you over the unit cap, and you wouldn't really be able to control it. It would just flood your unit cap with bomber form infection forms. So I think they're technically a separate unit, or at least is how it's normally coded in flood mods. So I would say that probably 150 of those were infection forms, which there's a reason why the base games, Halo 1, 2, 3, I don't think they're in 4, but there's a reason why they throw 100 infection forms and only 10 actual infected units at you. It's the same reason as here, they're just incredibly weak. But yeah, I should go sort out my parcel and everything, shouldn't I? Yeah, sorry. Trying not to get distracted.